Hey, what's up guys, it's Fish here and welcome back to another online battle. Today we are taking a trip to Elder Scrolls Total War, a Medieval 2 modification, which I'll leave a link to in the description down below. And this mod is actually pretty insane. This is one of the first times I am playing it, and I was actually really impressed by the quality of all the textures on this mod. Like, they are really good and they're definitely very awesome. You should 100% check out the mod. I do believe the campaign is still very much, well, was kind of left unfinished more than anything. However, there's still some really awesome units, so I'm going to be definitely playing this a bunch more in the future. So in today's battle we have a 1 vs 1 vs 1, so a free player free-for-all, all coming to see who will come out on top in this engagement. So we'll start off by running through the army comps really quickly, and then we'll jump into the battle itself. So for the forces of Skyrim, who are defending this kind of more central point right here, on their front line they have some of the Reachmen, and I'll just kind of disclaimer right here, I'm gonna butcher so many names in this mod, I can already tell it. So if that's gonna trigger you, I'll just mute it till we're in the battle, because yeah, I'm gonna butcher so many. So we have some of them, we have some of the Dawn Guard. These guys look awesome. I love how they also have like a knife or a dagger on their belt as well. As we continue to go back for the forces of Skyrim, we have some heavy Skyrim swordsmen. They're going to be supported by some heavy Skyrim archers, some really creative names. At least I can pronounce them names. Wait till we get to like the Khajiits or something like that. That's when the butchering begins. Then we have a catapult. Behind them we have some more Skyrim Huskarls and some more of the company, which look very cool. And then finally some Town Guard. Obviously you remember that, you know, they took many arrows to the knee. We also have some Nord Plate Cavalry. These guys look very heavily armoured. And then I think the same over on this left flank. So that's going to be the forces of Skyrim. And again, if I missed any units, don't worry. We will be seeing them in battle anyway. So now we have the Kingdom of Valenwood, I think is how you pronounce that, on their far right flank. I think this is more of like the Elven factions. So we have some of the Riders of the Wild Hunt. It's kind of some missile cavalry on like these elk type creatures, going to be doing lots of damage, I assume, lots of harassment damage. Then on their front line they have some fighter swordsmen. Behind them the Elderwood archers. And then behind them, the Valewood Archers. These guys look awesome in their green armor, which is really cool. Then we also have some Eldenwood Riders. Oh, all these names are pretty easy to pronounce, actually. They're just basic names. I'll take that every day. Then we have some Eldenwood Warriors, and then some more of these Valiantwood Archers. Then we look at our final opponent to join this battle. We have, okay, here we go. The Creodil, I don't know, this faction right here. I think this is more of a, this is a Skyrim faction by the looks of it. I'm just going to call this the Empire. Oh, this is just the Empire? I'm just going to call them the Empire, whatever. Then we have the Empire. So we have, oh yeah, this is one of the rebellion factions, isn't it? In Skyrim, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, we have the Legionary Swordsmen. Then we have some Archer Legionaries. Behind them, some Imperial Archers. And also some of these Blades. There's only 15 of these guys in a unit, so I imagine they're pretty elite. Then we have some Ballista crew with their ballistas, obviously. Some more heavy legionaries, along with some of their cavalry. And oh, these guys are cool. Some of the Scowl, what was it? Scowl warriors and the Imperial bodyguard as well. There's also actually a unit of mages as well. I don't think anyone else has actually brought mages, so I'm sure they're going to be doing lots of damage. And then finally we have the Blackwood heavy swords, and I think that is pretty much all of their infantry. Yeah, cool. So this is going to be a fun battle. Let's go and get it started. I guess we'll look from the point of view of the elves, because by the looks of it, they're the ones getting like almost surrounded upon, as we have the Empire coming around their left flank and Skyrim in their center. I'm kind of disappointed that these guys don't have insane range, that they're not already shooting the enemy. They're not quite like the forces of the elves from Total War, Total War 3rd Age. Their Elk Riders, though, are going to be shooting their shots and obviously harassing these cavalrymen from the Nord Plate horses. But the Nord Plates are going to be chasing them off. But this is good, you know, taking away quite a few of these horsemen early on, and I imagine these guys will be on skirmish mode as well as they run away, and they'll be extremely fast, so they'll be able to get the hell out of there. Did any catapult hits find their mark yet? I don't think so. And it sounds like some archers are shooting. Oh, these archers are shooting at the Empire as well, so these elves are definitely up against it right now. Yeah, they're currently duking it out with some of the Legionary Swordsmen, picking away a few of the heavy infantry. And oh, again, the artillery for Skyrim just keep missing. It's really unfortunate. Especially if these North Plate cavalrymen come in range of the archer fire from this front line. If these archers now get in range, which they are now in range, wow, there's going to be so many missiles pouring in. Oh god, yeah, I think they might just have to charge into the enemy ranks because they're getting hit from every side right now. Now they're going to fall back. I think they need to make a decision because staying in the open like this, taking missile fire from the archers from the right and the left. Oh, look how many horses. They're just getting slaughtered right now. The cool thing about everyone descending upon this central point is that we can really zoom in on the map. We're going to get some of the Elderwood Riders charging in against the cavalrymen, but they're going to be getting surrounded by a lot of the Empire cavalry, and these guys are actually immediately going to be routing and retreating away from the battlefield. A bit of an ambitious charge. They definitely killed a lot of legionary swordsmen, but was it worth it? That is the question. And we can really see that the forces of the elf, I guess these maybe not, they're not elves, but I'll just call them the Valiant Woods, are really going to be struggling, as we do have the initial charge by these Reachmen who look insane. They look really cool. With some of the archer fire coming over as the infantry do start fighting. Now, these guys don't look elvish. Valiant Woods. I don't know. I know like nothing again. I mean, I know a little bit against. You know, I know the basics about Skyrim, but the majority of it, I don't really follow too much. So I'm sure you guys can educate me in the comments and laugh at my poor lore. But oh my god, yeah, this Valenwood faction is being completely surrounded by both Skyrim and the Empire. I swear Skyrim and this faction of war in the lore. Maybe I'm mistaken. I never really played Skyrim too much. This game I was really hyped for, and I just never ended up getting into it. I ended up playing it for like, I don't know, like a couple hours and then just stopping, which I guess was, you know, that's bad on my part because I missed out on playing an awesome game. Oh, the mages! Holy crap, look at the mages go! They are ripping through these Elderwood warriors right now as they pull out their swords and try and deal with the Imperial scouts as they come flying in. I definitely like the look of the Imperial scouts. They've definitely got a good look to them for sure. And it's nice to see that the Valenwood spearmen as well are pushing forward, trying to surround these guys as best they can. That looks definitely like a smart move. The more they can surround these guys, the better. But their mages, man, can just really do the damage if they get stuck in. The good thing as well that the forces of the Empire have also pushed around the back of the forces of Valenwood. They are just going all out as Skyrim and the Empire work together, I guess, for a greater enemy until killing one another. Because you can see, obviously, this is a free-for-all battle, and as they push through the ranks, you can see them actually fighting the other infantry. Some artillery coming in. There's some really easy artillery hits that they can focus down. I mean, the rest of the Skyrim infantry is just waiting. But look at this devastation from the archer fire. Some of the Canterbury circles just hammering and harassing. You can see the dead bodies right there, getting perfect shots into the back of Skyrim. So Valenwood is not giving up without a fight. You can see the amount of damage they're racking up right there. And the cavalry moving in. The rest of the Empire forces are yet to really be deployed. They're holding back a lot of their elite forces. Yeah, you can see a lot of this cavalry and these archers being held back. And really, I'd be pushing into the corner wedge right here, hitting both enemies. I mean, these archers are still left unchecked. I wonder where the armies here go. I guess the rest of the Empire infantry is now making its way up, but it's allowing these archers to hold firm as the ballista and the catapult fire does come in against the forces of Skyrim. The last fighter swordsmen are trying their best to hold up as best they can, but I mean, there's just so many enemies in this battle for them to try and deal with, especially now that we're having, some mages moving in now? Someone threw some explosives. These mages. I see over some mages of Winterfell throwing their explosive caskets. It doesn't look like they're doing as much damage as the mages from the other faction because that was pretty insane. These are more like Nafatune throwers more than anything, as we do have the North Plate warriors with their awesome two-handed swords and their amazing looking armor coming in. They're actually hitting a lot of their own units though. Yeah, they're hitting a decent amount of their own units. They need to be careful about friendly fire as we have more infantry moving up, as the forces of Skyrim clash against this awesome faction. God, this is an awesome mod. I'm 100% going to have to do more of this mod in the future for sure. Because this is so much fun. And I love all the colourful units as well. They definitely bring the game to life. More cavalry moving around as we have a charge up against the enemy right here, hitting the Valewood archers. killing so many of them, sending them to the ground. You can see the HP of them dropping. Yeah, oh my god, they lost like 60 men in that charge. That was brutal. But I mean, the archer fire is still just going off. They are finally turning some of their dawn guards, crossbows over to hit back at the cavalry, and obviously shooting their own cavalry. But these Skyrim hostiles and the crossbows are definitely feeling the pain from all these Elderwood warriors as they do just volley into them. That's a really nice move there. But it does look like that most of the forces of the Valenwood have been defeated now, as Skyrim push in on their rear side. They have a couple units of archers left and maybe a couple units of infantry left. But the majority of their forces have now been defeated, as you do see Skyrim pushing in through the rear of the formation. And I guess they're going to be coming up against the forces of the Empire now, as the Empire do go up against some of the heavy Skyrim swordsmen. They're also pushing around some of their Legion cavalry as well. If these guys get some good charges around the back, that'll just finish off these heavy swordsmen from Skyrim. Do let me know in the comments as well, guys, down below. What factions would you guys want to see next as in the Skyrim mod? Because I'm really pumped to play more of this. Maybe do some siege battles on Skyrim, because I don't think there's many siege battles out there on Skyrim. I'm not sure if the mod itself has some custom maps. But if it does, we're definitely going to be playing them, because I think that would be a lot of fun. So please make sure to hit the like button down below. Let's try and break 300 likes on this, and I'll do another video. I'll do another video or two this week if this video hits 300 likes. And if not, then we'll just do another video at some point in the near future. Because that is how I tell. That is how I tell, you know, what you guys are enjoying, what you guys are liking, is when it down to the likes on the videos. You know, that's the best way for you guys to let me know. So we're actually going to see the Empire falling back a little bit. I guess they're going to try and reform before dealing with the forces of Skyrim. The Valenwood have been destroyed. They have a few kind of outward infantry and archer units, which are still off on the winds, kind of, you know, helping out a little bit. But by the looks of it, most of their forces are defeated. They still have a lot of these archers left remaining, so these horse archers, or I guess these elk riders, could still do a ton of damage. You can already see look at the amount of damage they've done back here. So the Valenwoods do still have some fight left in them, but the majority of their forces are going to be hard pressed to really kind of come out on top at the end. But again, I imagine this is score resolution, so they definitely could have killed enough. That's one of the things you have to take into account in these battles as well, is how many kills, you know, one faction gets. Sometimes it's good to fight both enemies, because you really get to get stuck in with your elite forces, as the Legion just come flying in against some of the heavy Skyrim warriors, who just look spectacular. Look at their shields as well. That's really cool. I like the look of them a lot. Some of the Winterfell mages, I was about to call these guys, the Winterhold mages, are unleashing fire. On that note as well, there has been kind of rumors that a Game of Thrones might be being made by Bethesda, which would be pretty cool if they could do it right. You know, a Game of Thrones, Elder Scrolls-esque game would be pretty cool, with a good story-driven, some decent combat, you know, some large battles. I think that would be pretty spectacular, because one of the things I think Bethesda and Skyrim do pretty well is, like, they kind of develop characters in the story somewhat decently. You know, at least in Oblivion, I think they did a really good job, and I think that was solely down to the voice acting they had. They had some amazing voice acting in Oblivion, you know, and if they could get some of the voice acting from Game of Thrones and add that in, you know, War of the Five Kings, and get a few of the, you know, like Stannis Baratheon and Robb Stark and people like that to actually voice the characters in the game, and you kind of just go from, like, kind of almost like a hybrid between Mountain Blade and Skyrim. Like, how sick would that game be if they could make that work well? You know, with the kind of like the campaign and story driven of like Mountain Blade, with like the sieges and the scale of battles, with the like quality of Skyrim. That would just be amazing. That would be so sick. Like the detail of Skyrim, I should say. Oh god, I get on tangents sometimes in these videos. If you're new to my channel, sometimes I get really hyped about something and I just follow it. Back to the battle itself, we can see that the forces of Skyrim are pushing hard. They're really focusing. They really don't want the Valenwood archers to be left remaining, as they just run off like a decent portion of their force. I guess they're still pissed about these elk riders still shooting. The wood warriors are still firing off. They must be low on ammunition soon, surely. surely. Because these guys have been firing and making me dizzy just looking at it. And then they're pretty much solely fighting off against the Legion now, the Empire forces. And they definitely have some good infantry left remaining. They're pushing around the flanks. It does look like these guys of the Legionary or of the Empire have just split up their archers as best they can. And I think we are going to see some of the Bleakwood heavy swords having to charge into the side of the heavy Skyrim swordsmen. Wait, are these guys actually called swordsmen? Why are they called swordsmen when they have axes? They're definitely not swordsmen. I guess one guy has a sword, but everyone else pretty much has axes. I'm going to see they're fighting. The rest of the forces of Skyrim are going to be pushing up. Oh, what a huge catapult hit there on these naked skull warriors. Wow, that was a good hit. That was a good final shot before they get taken out. The archer fire is coming in as well, trying their best to take these guys out. I guess they are really heavily, well, they're not very heavily armored whatsoever. The cavalry's going to be moving in, trying to get some good kills. This is actually a really smart move, considering its score resolution. Getting all these free kills on routing units with your cavalry can definitely boost your score up and help you win the battle. Like, that's actually a really smart move. Because, you know, just let Skyrim and that fight it out amongst themselves, and you go kill the routing units, which are pretty much free. Oh, this is a really interesting, the Crusader unit? That looks pretty cool. Something we miss. That's always something we do in these army comps. We kind of just rush through the army comps so we can get into the action. But you guys get a rough idea of what's going to be in the battle. And then we get these awesome surprises when we see these epic units. Especially on a mod which I haven't covered too much before. I love like just delving into a game, not knowing what everyone's bringing. And then just being like, oh, look at this sick unit. Oh, look at this awesome one. Yeah, I think it's really fun. We are going to finally see more of the cavalry moving in now. And they're going to be charging down a lot of the infantry for the Empire, killing a lot of these dudes. And it does look like they're going to continue on. I wouldn't be surprised if they charged onto, yeah, where are they? Yeah, the Skyrim Huskers? No, where are the mages? The Winterhold mages, or are they already dead? It does look like the Skyrim Huskers are going to be routing. These guys should be pushing onto the archers as soon as they can. There's 4 units of pretty elite archers right now who are all just focusing down the enemy ranks. You just look at them. They look very awesome. And this is some free-ass kills, I think. By the looks of it, though, as we go, there you go, Skyrim's general has gone down. Something I've noticed in this, that by the looks of it, a lot of the elite archers for most factions seem like they can hold their own in melee combat, which is kind of cool. We can see them pulling their bows, unleashing the arrow volleys into the enemy ranks. And I'm sure they'll be loading up another arrow any second now. Yeah, there we go. If I was them, I'd be focusing down this cavalry with everything they have, because the cavalry is about to ruin the day for the Legion, as they do have the cavalry moving in. I'm not sure, again, how good all these units are as well, so who knows. It does look like this is going to be somewhat of the last engagement. There is a unit of Skyrim infantry over here. The crossbows are still alive. Besides that, and maybe there's like one blade guard right there. Besides that, everything else is routing. So this is going to be our final engagement. The ballistas could still be huge in this battle as well. If they can just turn them, get them to focus down the cavalry, as the cavalry is moving in, and you can just see they slaughtered this unit of archers. So this is obviously a very elite unit of cavalry. They just need to maybe even split up and focus down, you know, each individual one. Oh, Skyrim actually do have a bit left as well. They have some of their own. Oh no, this is other cavalry of the Imperials, and they're going after some of the high heavy Skyrim archers. So this is going to be the last little battle. But I mean, what a battlefield this was. And I'm really excited to see more of this. There's also a Hyrule Total War, which I want to get onto. I have a few replays of that left to cast via the Zelda universe, which I literally know nothing about. But yeah, we'll get onto that in the Zelda video. You guys can get ready to make fun of my Zelda knowledge in that. I mean, I guess you guys can already make fun of my Skyrim knowledge, or my Elder Scrolls knowledge in this one. As we do see the cavalry moving up, but the cavalry is definitely losing numbers just to a sheer amount of missiles. We are going to see some of the legionary cav moving back. Oh no, this is more of their cavalry. Okay, shit. I thought this wasn't, but this is actually more of a Valenwood cavalry. So even though the Valenwoods were pretty much completely surrounded, they've done a great job to stay alive in this battle. You can see they're completely surrounding them, killing them down. You can see these guys about to charge into the back of the rest of the heavy legions. Yeah, you can see them cutting them down. So I think this is going to be the battle right here. There's still a few legionaries left remaining, but the cavalry is pretty much going to be surrounding the enemy. There's a few crusader units, and there's a few of these scouts going after the Dawn Guard crossbows. Don't know why I can't say that for some reason. Going after the crossbows of Skyrim, killing them whilst they kind of lose their main force over here, which it does look like is going to go down. So cool. Let's speed it up a little bit whilst these guys just finish off the forces there, and then we'll look forward. They're going to completely surround and get a perfect charge into the back, which I imagine will just rout these guys. Yeah, you can see them routing. And I think Valenwood, the Kingdom of the Valenwood, have easily won this battle, just solely because they've been managing to fight two opponents, but they've also managed to just run down a lot of these enemy units, which we're seeing currently on the battlefield. And you can see that there's just so many dead. This is awesome. I love these scattered battlefields like this. I'd love to see maybe some team battles on this mod. That'd be pretty cool. Maybe like a 2v2v2 would be awesome, or maybe like a 2v2v1. That would be pretty awesome as well. So we are going to see the legions going in for their final little engagement right here as we do have the charge. We'll go back to normal speed as the cavalry comes flying into the back of the Crusaders, killing all but one. The rest of the Imperial Scouts are moving in as well. And I guess this is going to be our final little stand right here, as I don't really see anything left for either side. We have one blade left remaining. One brave blademan who's going to be charging in as well. But besides that, that is going to be the battle itself. I can't see anything really left remaining. And it does look like that the cavalry is just obviously going to win this. As again, this one brave soldier actually survives the charge. Yeah, he does survive the charge. Can he take anyone down? Or is he going to be cut to the side? And there we go. The Legion General going down as well. So cool, that is going to be the battle. Now we just have to wait for the rest of the units to round off the field, but what I'll do is I'll skip to the end screen, because this is a score resolution battle. Because of that, obviously, every unit has to run away, because technically there's all plenty of kills to be had. You know, you can kill these units and they'll add to your score, the ones which are routing. So what I'll do is I'll skip to the final battle, or the final screen, and we'll see who will win this engagement. There we have it, guys. So it does look like Harry Hobbit won playing as Skyrim. Then we had Genneku coming in second, and then finally Reginald coming in last. It was a pretty close battle. You can just see that the amount of kills that that Genneku got on that faction. However, obviously it was just more valuable on this unit right here on Skyrim. They obviously got more valuable kills, and they had a decent amount of men left remaining who managed to rout from the field of battle. So that was an awesome replay. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Make sure to drop a like and a comment down below if you did, and I'll see you guys next time, and fish out.